Our next guest, Velina Brown, is a veteran actor, actress of stage here in the Bay Area. And right now, she's here to talk about a new play, a lesbian romance, A Lady and a Woman. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, I was reading about this, and it sounds to me like a cross between fried green tomatoes and the color purple.
Sort of, except that it's a two-person show.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very compact in that way. But yeah,
so
it's fun.
Tell me the story, and where is it set, and when is it set?
Well, the basic synopsis are, it's two African-American women in the 1890s who fall in love. And I play Miss Flora, and I'm the lady, and Dawn L. Troop plays the woman. And I run an inn, and she comes in, and that's how we meet, because she comes into my space.
Right. But this is not only just two black women who are lesbians in the 1890s, it's the 1890s in the South.
That's right.
So, I mean, not an easy place or period.
Right. Well, you know, it's interesting because it's sort of like, yes, there are challenges, and at the same time, the whole community has challenges, and so people have to kind of decide how much energy they want to put into, you know, one thing or the other.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, talk a little bit about the play itself, the director and the writer and composer, which I understand you are.
Well, that's just the one song, and we were gonna so. A Lady and a Woman was written by Charlene Holmes. She is. She's a professor in a university in Atlanta, but I think she's originally from New York, which is, we were surprised because she set this in a southern place, but she didn't say exactly where. And, but that's how we speak in the piece, is with southern accents. And let's see, what else? John Fisher directs, and this is my first time working with John, and he's really fun. And this is my second time working with Dawn, who's very talented. And so it's like, it's a tight little group, you know, and we're working on this. It's really,
Now, this isn't the first time you've portrayed a lesbian character.
It is like on a main stage. I've done a couple of other, I did the marriage equality plays when that event happened, and I got to work with Stacey Ross. We were a couple in that. And then Bike America, do you know Mike Chin? He wrote Bike America, so I was part of the lesbian couple in that. And Brad Erickson has a play called Milagro.
Brad, for many years with Theater Bay Area.
And so he asked me to do a reading of his fun piece, and so,
Now, you've been part of other couples throughout your theater career here in the Bay Area. Talk a little bit about your history in the Bay Area. I remember the first time I saw you, it was on stage at Dolores Park in San Francisco in the Mime Troupe. Oh,
okay. Yes, well, it's been, it was last October, it was 20 years that I've been working. I should go years, not say that out loud. But no, I'm proud of it. Working with the troupe for 20 years, and just having a chance to play such a amazing variety of characters and travel all over the world and stuff like that. But it's always fun to come back home to San Francisco and finally getting a chance to work with John at Theta Rhino.
Do you think the Bay Area is still as innovative a theater scene as it was 20 years ago when you started at the Mime Troupe? Because then the Mime Troupe really did set the world on its ear. People hadn't seen anything like that.
Right. Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to have much, honestly, it's hard for me to have as much of a perspective on it, because I'm not going to see theater a bunch of other places and then getting to compare what's happening here. I think that people have, though, gotten a little more safe because they're afraid with the economic situation. I think that makes some people get scared and tame.
Right. So has it made you scared and tame? Or scareder and tamer?
I don't know. Do you feel that the Mime Troupe feels tame to you?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's hard when you've seen something evolve over 20 years. The first time you see it, you're like, wow, I can't believe they went there. And so then the next year is like, well, they went there again. And then it becomes, where are they going to go next? And I think at any period when you have theater that is in some way, not advocacy, but is tweaking the political class, I mean, let's be real, it's easier to tweak the Bush administration than it is the Obama administration. So I don't think tamer, I just think maybe we're in an interesting period.
Well, I think, you know, there were so many things for me during the extended W. Bush years. I think that for me, being in the mime troupe is what kept me somewhat sane, frankly, because being able to have some place to put these feelings in, you know, and be able to be part of a conversation about what's going on. Because most people feel really timid about talking about politics, and so
religion and politics. My grandmother in Virginia always said, just if it started, she would like get up and get coffee or something.
Right. And so the most interesting topics are the ones that you're told you're not supposed to talk about. You know, sex, religion, politics, money. You know, it's like, oh, you're not supposed. Well, then what are we left with?
And
the
of course,
weather?
that makes good theater.
Right. And then the weather, and then all of a sudden you can't talk about the weather because it's politicized, because there are people who don't want to believe that there's climate change, you know, and so it's like, no, these are the things that affect our lives. You know, they're the real things. Now, when Clinton was in the office, it was more nuanced because it wasn't just everything, you know, and same with Obama. Like, I have to say, I'm really relieved that he won over Mitt Romney, you know, but does that mean every little thing he does is magic?
Yeah.
You know,
you got to take it to power.
Yeah.
Now, this is, besides being a lesbian romance, it's a musical. And I didn't know until you walked in today that I was actually going to be able to hear some vocalization from you, but you've got quite some amazing performances in this piece, including a song that you wrote the music for.
Well,
Can I hear a little bit of it?
Yes, you can. This Miss Flora runs an inn, and she's scrubbing her floor. She does much of her own work, and she's scrubbing the floor really hard and to entertain herself. She is singing this song, and so Charlene wrote the lyrics for Scrubbing the Floor Blues. Can I just do the whole thing?
You can.
Okay. So she's scrubbing the floor, and then she gets interrupted by the woman, Biddy. This floor of mine needs some scrubbing, baby. This floor of mine, it needs a sheen. If you scrub me right with soap and water, baby, I know that you get me clean. Get a rag and water and get right down on your knees. I said, grab a rag and water, baby. Get way down on your knees. If you scrub me the right way, baby, I'll do just what you please. What on earth could you want while I'm scrubbing this floor?
Wow. You say, and you wrote the music to this when?
Well, I made it up when I saw the lyrics.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank
and
you.
It's got a lot of resonances of some of those other double entendre songs from the 20s and 30s. There's a little bit of ain't misbehaving going on in there.
Well, the show isn't exactly a musical, but there's music in it woven through for transitions and setting moods and moments.
What have you learned from doing this show about the lesbian community? And in our last few moments, any parallels you feel between the Black civil rights experience and the LGBT civil rights experience?
Well, the parallels are just their human rights, and so the changes that we've been seeing, and some of the things, speaking of, our president currently, that he's the only one who's ever just really taken it out there, like putting, Seneca and Selma and Stonewall together and just saying, it's time. It's past time for this, for things to be fair.
Right.
And so it's really kind of a great time to be doing this piece, and with two African American characters at this moment.
Thanks so much. Thanks for giving voice to that and giving voice to this story.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We've been speaking with Velina Brown. Make sure you check out A Lady and a Woman, and thanks for checking us out every week. I'm David Perry, your host on 10%. Good night.